Hey, my lovelies. Welcome to the Oracle of Starlight. The topic for today. This is something that just popped out of the blue. I was reading something and suddenly I looked at myself. I thought about myself and I said, okay, I am kind of playing a role. I'm being somebody else. I'm looking so much for information, something that I'm talking to people. I just laughed and I thought, I am like a seeker. Right now, all I'm focused on is finding information. The topic was crystals, and I kept uh, reading books, reading articles, and all I wanted was information about crystals. They fascinate me, they interest me, and everything else took a backseat. So I felt right now I'm a seeker. It is like, as I said, like that is what I was being. And then I thought of archetypes. Archetypes, you could call them roles or symbolic patterns that we play in different times in our life. It is visible in our day-to-day interactions, our choices, how we look at things, how we react. Some help us handle our life better. Some bring up a sort of glaring side of us, and some come as signs of higher awareness. I hope you're understanding. Like sometimes, some of you, at some point in your life, even though you may not actually be a mother, this is just an example, but you played the role, or you had to step in to be a mother. Maybe to a fur baby. At that time, you identified yourself as a mother. Like I identified myself as a seeker, looking here and there. So these archetypes, they come up. We play that role. So which archetype is rising within you now? That is, you could say, like a sort of theme for the reading. So when I sat with this topic and I just thought, okay, number one, number two, how do I do this reading? The minute I had the numbers in mind, like I want 3, some words, some pictures, some kind of messages started coming. Today morning also, when I was sitting, some or the other words were just, and I would pause and say, okay, what is this for? And I would get the number. The first archetype, or the third archetype, the second archetype. Okay, so I'd like you to pick a number. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pick cards according to questions. So I have 5. The first card would be self. What part of you needs attention to move forward on your quest? What part of you needs attention to move forward on your quest? All these archetypes that are there, they already exist in us. So what needs attention? Second would be, what energy surrounds this particular situation that you are in now? Like a place. The third would be, what tool you must use so you're able to unfold your destiny, see your path ahead. Then would be purpose. What is the purpose of the quest that you are on? You have set out to embody a particular archetype. What is your purpose? And the last, I thought I would add some tarot guidance that would be like an additional blessing for us on our way. So I have this beautiful deck with me, which I've separated into self, the place, the tool, and the purpose. So let's begin with that. Self. You have time, to check intuitively which number comes. Okay. Right, the piles are ready. This one card just stood out and I felt this would be for all the 3 piles. So before we begin, let's check this out. Queen of Swords. This is also an archetype, of course. Queen of Swords. Someone whose communication absolutely becomes, to the point. Someone who knows that this is the time where you cannot really deal with too much of drama or emotionally. At this point, you know that you need to, you use your mind. Okay, there needs to be a conversation should have proper reasoning, there should be logic. And also, this time that has come here, this message is for all 3 archetypes. You are being asked to be that way, to the point. Okay, if there are frivolities happening, people are not taking things seriously, your guidance is to, bring their attention back to the point. That's how you're going to be. Absolutely focused. And because there's less of emotions and see how her emotions right now, she knows that they need to be out. It's there, but she feels this is not what she needs to engage with. When it is needed, sure. Now she has just her sword to cut through nonsense and to be very clear. And because she does that, remember, she's a queen. So you have reached that point where you know what is important, what requires your attention. Where, you have people coming in with their advice, with their suggestions, but deep within you, you know. Because you have calmed your emotions, so mentally you're very sharp. When our thoughts are clear and sharp, our communication is definitely clearer as well. Also talks of sometimes being a bit harsh. That you know how to temper that. But this is the guidance that is there for all archetypes. Okay. Pile 1, let's begin with your reading. Right. So the question is, what part of you needs attention to move forward on this quest? What archetype are you being asked to embody? Okay, we have the warrior. First and foremost, when you think of a warrior, you get the image of someone who is fit, someone who's prepared, someone who has all their, senses on alert. They are not relaxed or anything. They are very focused. A hunter is like this. So the part of you that, needs attention to move forward towards your goal, towards your quest, is the energy of a warrior. So you have to understand one thing. Warriors, they are in for the long haul. Sometimes a hunt, actually you really can't say that. Sometimes a hunt is long, battle is long, sometimes it's short. But what the warrior knows is that you have to persevere. So whatever quest you're going towards, You know that you have to give it your best, you have to persevere. A lot of courage is needed out of you. So you're being told that challenges are coming, face them. Face them confidently, because this is something you need to. You can't cross over this. Stand your ground and fight for what you believe in. So whatever you're working towards, whatever you're moving towards, what your quest is, what you plan to do, your actions will have long-term consequences. Now that it all depends on the situation, on where you are when you set out to achieve this. Are the consequences, are they good or not so good? But this is a time where you need to move forward. A warrior does not decide, okay, I'll stay, I'll not step into this battle. No, you have to, the archetype that's rising in you is of a warrior. I would like to read some channeled messages which I had received for number 1. Come out and face it. So I have archetype 1, 2, 3. Come out and face it. Just see how these energies are connecting. So as a warrior, you can't stay back. Come out and face it. The other possibilities are coming. Possibilities are, opening up for you, or possibilities are coming. Reiki, the alternative healing modality, Reiki. Feeling disconnected. I guess that is the reason why you are stepping out. The number 90 is standing out. Then rise with the sun. Actually, a warrior does that. But these are the messages that I got. Rise with the sun. Arrival of a golden key. I see how this golden key is, it's like a promise of something beautiful, something amazing, something holding a lot of power. Golden key, actually finding a key, or the arrival of a golden key tells you that you are opening something, an amazing portal, or an amazing, you're stepping into something that is really going to be beautiful for you. You have many layers. So if someone looks at you and says, oh, this person is, I know her, I know him, they don't know the layers that you have, all that you're capable of. Lie down facing the sky. I don't know, I got this vision of lying down and looking up and seeing these clouds, soft fluffy clouds, and the blue sky. And when I saw that, when I saw that picture, it was such a lovely picture. Right? So, again, I come back to this point and say, warrior, you know what, why don't I open all the cards so that, we are just not going round and round. Okay, second is what energy surrounds the situation. Okay, we have the underworld. What tool would help you? The gem. And what is the purpose of the quest you are on? Kairos. Additional blessings. Let's do this last. Right. A warrior. Be ready. Battle would be such a harsh word, but be ready. So wherever you feel, okay, something is not fine, rest for a little while and then move ahead. Okay. We have the underworld. Underworld is basically, the first thing that comes to mind is underworld, something that is absolutely hidden. It's like going into the underworld is, scary. So maybe this is asking you to go deep within. There are so many things which we are holding, and not all bad, mind you. There are some really good things about ourselves. Remember, number 1, you have layers. There are many things which are deep within you. You're not aware, not knowing your power. And of course, there are some things which we do not want to address. So your guidance is in this quest of yours, where you are right now, the archetype that you are being right now, the hunter, you're being asked to go into the underworld. What are the things that scare you? That you really fear? That you feel, what, if this is something, then I don't know what I will do. If this happens, I don't know. So you are being told you are out on this quest. You need to let go of this. Find, at least first and foremost, identify and accept them. Face them and be aware when you face them how transforming it is. I'm just checking the, coming out and facing it, feeling disconnected. There are some things which, okay, let me just come back to the first thing that I said, accept it. When you accept it, you say, okay, this is a part of me. This is the way I am. I can do all this. You ask me, I can do this and that, but this thing scares me. This thing I'm a little wary of. Understand it, accept it. Because one thing is for sure, when you accept it, when you're able to look at it in the eye, you get ways of clearing that. The gem. What is the tool that you need right now? The gem. It's actually telling you, I feel the gem is you, the inner you. Arrival of a golden key could actually connect with this. Gem is that amazing, beautiful sparkle that is there. Your guidance is to be aware of the gem that is inside you, the gem that you carry, your inner self, your inner shine, your inner brilliance. Maybe you're aware of it, maybe you're not. But this guidance is in this quest and whatever you're set out to working on right now, know the qualities that are there within you. Remember, channel messages, you have many layers. Wow. Understand that value often lies beneath the surface. You think as, okay, this is me. But you're being told it's your inner, your values, your inner core, the kind of person you are, the authentic you. Those precious qualities are going to help you in this quest. So you don't need to go looking outside for some tool. It's within you. Kairos. Kairos is is the right timing. Look at this beautiful eye. Kairos is right timing, divine timing. So when you are out on this quest, whatever you're planning to do right now, and you are ready as a warrior, prepared, courageous and strong as a warrior, what happens at that time? You realize what gifts you have, and you are also aware that this has come now. The whole quest has come into your life right now because this is the right time for it. The circumstances and the moment that you need to work on has aligned beautifully. You are ready, and that is why it's the right timing. You may go deep within, accept something, understand something. You don't leave the battle and go away. So your guidance is patience. Will patiently know what's going to happen, patiently wait for what's going to happen, and know that in this path you are guided. What is the additional blessing that is coming for you? Whoa. Okay, 5 of Wands in reverse. So the conflict and aggression and moving forward, lot of arguments, brainstorming, this could be taken positively as well. So right now this energy you have cleared, so you have reached there. At some point you were maybe hanging on here, hanging on there, and finally you have reached. So this all doesn't matter now. It's because you have conquered this and handled, come out of it, that you are now ready for your quest. Okay? And don't forget, the energy of the Queen of Swords. So while you are a warrior, side by side, you also, have the qualities of the Queen of Swords. Right? Okay, let's move ahead to number 2. Number 2, here's your reading. Okay. The self, the place, the tool, and the purpose. Okay, before I begin, let me just read the channel messages that came for you. Archetype 2, Taurus sign. I don't know how many it will connect with, but basically the energy of a bull, to charge ahead. Charge ahead, reach out, someone is waiting to help you. Okay, I also have 777, then receiving your wings. Maybe, some action of yours has been so selfless and so amazing that people actually look at you and say, just like an angel, came at this right time and helped so much. Maybe you're receiving the license, pilot to fly a plane. Okay, receiving your wings. If there are any other interpretations, please do share. I would love to hear. Sunflower. Okay, I don't know. The beautiful sunflower. So there's brightness, standing tall. Wow. Clear what is lying in a basket for long. Just visualize a basket somewhere piled high with things. I don't know whether, maybe clothes, maybe books, maybe things just put together. Clear what is lying in a basket for long. It could also be clear what, that you're carrying, which is just so unnecessary, needs to be put away. Third eye, see things as they really are. And crystal therapy. Some crystals maybe you are actually working, or, you're going to come across. Right? So let's move ahead with the first. Right. What part of you needs attention to move forward on this quest? Okay. The Destroyer. Wow. The Destroyer. Okay. When you think of the Destroyer, look at these eyes. Can you see them? Whoa. Wow. Do you look like the eyes of a wolf? Yeah. Okay. The first thought that came to my mind is the Hindu god Lord Shiva. He is called the Destroyer. Okay. Totally unattached, but where it is time for things to, where things have just gone to an extreme, he destroys that so that it can be restarted. Okay, Destroyer. I think this is the time. Destroyer, the first thought that comes to mind is of clearing something. When do you destroy something? Okay, now this is a very silly question to ask. Things need to be destroyed, or things are destroyed when they are harmful, when they are something that is going to cause some problem, where it's going to be harmful for everybody around, something that's harmful for you. So the energy right now, the archetype that is rising in you is that of a destroyer. So there's something in your life that absolutely needs to, end. Some change is coming. Something needs to end for something new to come in. Some transformation is needing. Something that has lost its purpose, something that is harmful, you need to destroy that. Okay, release that. Take it out of your life. Take it out of your energy. Some ending is coming for you. And actually you're preparing to be the destroyer, to absolutely clear that. It's like clearing old things away. Wow. We did read that. Clear what is lying in a basket for so long. Yes. Here we are clearing, and this is the destroyer, right? So some old energy which you are carrying, which at this time you don't align with it at all. That was a part of you which, maybe you took on that personality, that persona at some point because that was what was required. Maybe pressure, maybe you thought it would, help you in your purpose. But now that energy has served its purpose, you realize that you just could not connect to that energy. So your guidance is that needs to end. Something that is old needs to leave. It's no longer serving its purpose, and you need to make place for something new to come. It's a cycle of life, We keep changing, circumstances change, seasons change. Change is inevitable. It's a part of nature. So right now you are being told that for the new cycle to begin, for some fresh energy to come, you need to let go, release, end energies which do not serve their purpose now. Okay, let's reveal all the cards. Okay. We have the empty room, Thanatos, and we have the seed. Right. Okay. What energy surrounds the situation? We have the empty room. Okay. Empty room is, you have a room which you can fill it with what you want. An empty room the universe is giving you. So after I'm just amazed at, how it's, connecting. So after you clear away old things, you now have an empty room. You have an empty basket. And now because you have this empty room, the possibilities are endless. What you can bring into this empty room of yours. Wow. Empty room also says that now there is place for amazing opportunities, possibilities to come in. Wow. I'm just looking at the channel messages, how they are. Third eye, see things as they really are. You actually have eyes here looking. See things how they really are. When you see things how they really are, that is when you decide, okay, you know what, I need to end this, clear this. It's a empty room, it's a period. It's like, you have that freedom to create what you want. So many possibilities, so many ideas, what you want to bring into this empty room of yours. This is your life. What are you bringing? Are you bringing in energies that are already ready, or you decide, okay, I am going to build this from scratch. This is what I want to be a part of, my life. And you have the seed. How amazing is that? A seed. Seed, again, opportunities, possibilities. It just amazes me how the messages just beautifully fall in place. Okay, so you have the seed, you have the seed to, what you want to fill this empty room with. So you will have new opportunities that are coming in. While you have destroyed the old, now there's place for the new. And it's not a ready thing. It's you're starting from scratch. A seed of an idea. Right? So many ideas will come to you, and you decide to fill this beautiful empty room of yours. And you look at the stars. Possibilities, endless possibilities. You may decide, okay, this is what I need to bring into my life. A kind of a routine, a kind of an attitude. The people that you bring into this room, you have the seed and it is your room. That's beautiful. Okay? And also, you will have the time. The empty room tells you will have time to nurture things. You want, this is what I want, I will nurture it and fill this empty room with something amazing. And then you have Thanatos. Thanatos, yeah, many of you must have heard this name. Thanatos is also death and transformations. Again, destroyer. Is the energy of a destroyer. Here you are destroying, and here you are transforming. You are transforming. So these are cycles of life. Some things come in, they come for a reason, a season, a purpose. And when it's done, they leave. And then something changes. So this energy, again, it's like you've come to a full circle here. Where you realize that there are some things you need to let go, and you need to let go to make place for something beautiful, something fresh, something amazing, and something that you are aligned with. Such a beautiful guidance. And you do it with this energy. Queen of Swords. There are endings, there are people who are moving out, or people you are sort of letting them go. But you know what you are doing. Your mind is very clear. You see your life and say, okay, it's time I did this. Empty room, seed for something amazing, and also transformation. What is the tarot guidance? Seven of Swords, right? You are only taking what is needed. What is not needed, let it go. Seven of Swords energy is, it could be slightly sneaky, but it also talks of, in a situation, you can't have it all. So the best thing you do is, you look at the situation and say, okay, I do not want all this. This is only few things that I'm particular about. See, he has filled his bag with what he needs. If you sit down to fight, to, rehash things, no. This is a decision that you have made, and you say, okay, I'm done. And this is the additional blessings. You get what you need. You're able to take that and move out of it. Wow. Okay, let's move to number 3. Number 3, here is your reading. Okay. Right. Let me just read the channeled messages that I have for you. Archetype 3. Dream a little. Maybe you just, sometimes I feel, sometimes we are scared to even think about it or dream about it. Okay. Belief is like yeast to a cake. Breath work. Pranayam. Breath work is, those who are aware of it do know how amazing and powerful it is, breath work. The number 10, violet flame. Read about it, those who don't know. Pink gown. I saw a beautiful pink gown. It's one shoulder was off, a beautiful pink gown. A deer. Leap over obstacles. These are your channel messages, just randomly, and let's move ahead. So your question, the first question that we have is, what part of you needs attention to move forward on your quest, on your journey to your goal? We have the Lover. This beautiful elegant swan. Oh, you have this beautiful flower as well. Wow. Okay. Lover. So this beautiful is kind of phase in your life where there is love around you. Like you're looking at things with a gentle heart. Okay. Lover is also the energy of someone who has, something in your life, no? You have accomplished something. Some kind of bridge you have crossed. And now, wherever you are, you're just so happy. You're so grateful. Okay? It's the power of love. Self-love. Sometimes, you have people who, if someone has helped them, they go out of their way to express how happy they are, how thankful they are. And that brings such a beautiful feeling in your heart, when you are at the receiving end of that. Okay? And deep emotional bonds, when you think of the lover, deep emotional bonds and being authentic. The beauty of loving wholeheartedly. So your quest, yes, it's absolutely connected to a beautiful relationship. You and this energy of a lover. So happy, heart filled with love, and now you want to share this. You want to express, you want to share. And your heart is filled. So remember, emotional bond. Okay, let's reveal the other cards as well. We have the offering. Oh, the river. And Anima Mandi. Right. So this is the archetype that you are playing right now. What energy surrounds the situation? That is, where are you right now? The river. Oh yes, being in the flow. When love starts flowing, there are no boundaries, there are no locked doors. You cannot help yourself. You just need to express it. Those who are flamboyant will be all over the place, and those who are more subtle will express their love in gentle ways, small gentle ways. But love is flowing. It's the energy of a river. Okay? Nothing stops when you decide, I need to move ahead. The love needs to flow. You are going to find the path. You know how a river moves. What it's not needed is just pushed out, and then it flows. Wherever at some point you'll see, things that are left at the banks of the river. So your guidance right now is, yes, to be in the flow, to move. And like the river adapts. Where there are boulders, where there are big stones, it finds its path. So your love that you want to express will find a path. There are obstacles, either you will go over it or around it, you will find a way. Rivers are beautiful that way, very adaptable, swift, resilient, and just, the impression that when you see a river, most of the rivers, splashing happily. Okay, it's just so happy to be alive. And then you have the offering. And you offer something. You offer love. You offer deep feelings. The offering. It's where you say, okay, this is what I have, and I will gladly give it to you. When we offer ourselves, sometimes we offer ourselves to the Almighty. We don't hold back. So in this energy of a lover, you are in that space where you are just so happy to offer. You feel, all that I have, I can gladly share it with you. You become so generous. Love does that to you, You'll often see, like, people in love, wherever they are, somewhere they because their heart is so full and happy, you just want to share that. So you become more generous, and you do these small acts to express your love. If you see a young mother with a little one, she's so happy with that love, that little bundle of joy that she has. And then what happens? You are smiling at every baby. You are smiling at every, pregnant woman. If you see a father, happiness, you're just so happy. You're a father, And what do? You reach out to other fathers maybe, or those who are not married, tell them the joys, some of the joys of being a father. Yes. So this is, the offering. You offer gifts to the world. And what is the purpose of this? Anima Mundi. Anima Mundi is said to be the soul of the world. It's basically the entire world. What connects it all? We with our acts of love and care. There's an interconnectedness. You don't know where one small action of yours, where it leads, whether it is good or not so good. It's, the whole idea is right now you realize how connected you are with other people and how that interconnectedness is definitely there to help you. Like suddenly you look at your people and say, okay, you know what? Now I know how she feels. I know how he feels. A connection forms. So your guidance is that observe these connections to all living things, and know through all this you'll notice how everything connects. Interconnectedness, Anima Mundi, the soul of the world. When you do that, you see the soul of the world with the little actions that you do, how it leads to other actions and how it comes back to you. So this is the archetype that is rising within you. Okay, there's a tarot guidance that we have. The Magician, of course. Why not? Right now, the Lover, you are also embodying the archetype of the Magician is rising within you. Well, you have everything that you need to make your life. You are a magician. You know what all you can create. You know that, things with a little effort, with a little interconnectedness can create miracles, can create magic. And then you also have the energy of the Queen of Swords, who doesn't let you get, when you are in the flow, doesn't let you get lost somewhere. She keeps you grounded. She keeps you in the flow. The energy of the Magician, how beautiful. As this archetype, you connect, you understand, you accept, and you create a beautiful life. Like a magician, you make things happen with intention. See, both the hands, with intention. Something flows out of your hand, you receive. With your hands, you reach out, you offer things to people, offer love, attention, patience, understanding. I know what you're going through. I have felt it myself. I may not know what you're going through, but I would gladly help. And when you give in, you receive generosity. Wow, such a beautiful message. Let me just see the right. Belief is like yeast to cake, number 10. Deer, like the river, leap over obstacles. So that was your reading, number 3. I hope it helped. Archetypes, amazing. All the very best. Stay safe, my lovelies. Stay blessed. Oh yes, you must be wondering why I haven't moved ahead. It just came to me to pick another card, and this is for pile 3. I don't know why, but it is here. Page of Cups. I don't know why, but I just could not just end this reading. I felt I needed to. This is for number 3. Page of Cups. Very youthful energy that is coming. You saw I shuffled. Page of Cups is related to heart, related to love. and has come to tell you in this beautiful space that you are in now, where the archetype of the lover is rising within you, things are opening up beautifully. The energy of when pigs fly, youthful, happy energy, a fresh energy where you believe in love. You believe in love. And your love is not just focused on just your romantic partner. It is love. When you look at people, you sort of step into their shoes, know what they're going through, and what comes out is, oh, you know what? I bless you, or just sending love. And this is also the energy of a dreamer. And your first channel message was dream a little, believe. If you aren't there, dream a little. Put it out there, what you want. I hope that helped, right? See you soon. Stay safe, my lovelies. Stay blessed.